Good evening,
Good
dear
evening.
friends. Welcome to this AHA conversation with Dr. Jayesh Shah. We're extremely excited. I have actually been thinking about two questions all my life. One was, मैं कौन हूँ, and the other was, मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Who am I and why am I like this? And finally, I have an chance to get answer to one of those questions. And I'm sure many of us have looked forward to this talk on मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Why am I the way I am? And I'm thrilled to welcome our guest speaker today, uh, Dr. Jayesh Shah. Jayesh Bhai, as we call him. I want to read his bio for all of you. Although I would like to do a slightly more personal introduction after I read the bio, but I think it's really important for all of us to hear out Dr. Jayesh Shah's bio. Dr. Jayesh Shah, MD, runs a busy clinic in Mumbai along with his wife, Dr. Rajul, and daughter, Dr. Shraddha, who must be also watching us. Welcome. He is highly experienced in the practice of classical homeopathy integrated with transpersonal therapy methodologies. He has over 35 years of experience in this field as a teacher, therapist, and as a homeopathic physician. Dr. Jayesh has gained a worldwide reputation as a master trainer teacher since he has conducted over 200 seminars and courses all over the world, including in Germany, Switzerland, Serbia, Romania, Australia, New Zealand, Israel, Russia, the UK, the United States, and others. He has authored a number of articles in contemporary journals and has published a book, Into the Periodic Table, where he has shared his understanding of homeopathic remedies from the mineral kingdom. Dr. Jayesh Shah, along with his wife and daughter, are joint formulators and facilitators of healing meditation and self inquiry workshops, namely the Journey Within, Journey Through Nine Dimensions, Awakened Relationships, and Awakened Parenting. He has conducted over 60 of these journey workshops in Mumbai, Europe, and the United States. Now, how did I end up knowing Dr. Jayesh Shah? He is, he is one of the simplest, most humble human beings that that I have come across. Someone who's a magnetic personality, someone who you really feel like being with. And I ended up in a workshop with Dr. Newton that both of us did, Dr. Newton Kondavati, who we have both learned so much from. Our teacher as well, my teacher, and we enjoyed our time with him and Dr. Lakshmi. Uh, he's also something that I learned, and I've learned from Dr. Jayesh Shah is how to present with stories and case studies. He's a master at creating and presenting case studies. He really brings to life a lot of abstract concepts, sometimes difficult to understand concepts. So Jayesh Bhai, thank you very much for joining us here and helping us all connect with our own selves. We really are living in a world where there is so much stimulation outside, and there is so much going on within us, but we are unaware because our whole focus is all that is happening outside. And I'm hoping that through this session, we will be able to move within a little bit, be able to see what is going on inside of us. And I would like you to begin with sharing your journey, how, these 35, 40 years that you have practiced, you have impacted tens of thousands of lives. What has your journey been? How did you go from giving medicine to transforming lives?
Fortunately, I was born into a family that believed and practiced homeopathy. My father was a homeopath and a meditator. So, the journey of giving homeopathic medicine is based on understanding a human being, because homeopathy doesn't treat a disease, it treats a person. So, you have to understand that person. Now, in trying to understand the others, you simultaneously, obviously, start thinking about what is this insanity within your own self. So the journey of the understanding the other, to me, is a mirror that every person who comes in front of me tells me something about my own self. So I've had a lot of teachers in the form of my clients. In understanding them, I started understanding my own self, and then became a parallel process of understanding the client and understanding my own self. And gradually, it moved more and more subtle. And I can surely say, from being a physician, today I see myself more as a kind of a consciousness scientist who is trying to understand मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, and it's so amazing. I wonder, this question would have crossed all of our minds, all of our viewers. Okay, what is really happening? Despite our best intentions, we often end up behaving or doing something that we may regret later. I have realized so many times in my life I'd spontaneously get very frustrated or agitated or angry, and the situation outside is not really as it doesn't warrant this kind of an overreaction, if you'd like. It's something that so it's clearly coming from somewhere. Why does this happen? मैं ऐसा क्यों हूं जयेश भाई कि मेरे को कहां से ये आ रहा है? Where is this coming from?
It's like they say that everything is perception. How we perceive, that perception creates a kind of a gamut of emotions, feelings, sensations. So many things happen within our body, within our mind. If I perceive a dog as a big threat, then my actions will also be directly proportional to my perception. Either I run away or I take a big stone and start aggressively attacking the dog. So it is the perception which is in the center of what we do, how we act. In homeopathy, we often say there is a sensation and function, how we are perceiving and how we are reacting. So the karmas that we do, the actions that we do, they come from a certain way of perceiving. And this way of perceiving is highly, highly patterned and programmed. And this patterning, this programming is very peculiar. It is totally illogical. We all feel कि ये normal है. Till I understood that boss, you are wanting to comb your hair all the time. अभी रहा नहीं जाता फिर भी.
We are in the same boat. ये भी पूछना था मैं ऐसा क्यों हूं, because I
Yeah.
was thinking कि ये, लेकिन I felt we might digress, but
Yes. Or it can be, I'm afraid that abhi there will be another phone call, or I'm afraid that I will suddenly be invited by you to talk, and maybe I'll become more famous than what I want to be. So all these perceptions cause action. So if I'm afraid to be seen, then I will close myself. So my action will be not to make myself available, but inside there is a fear of this exposure.
Yes.
So if I want to understand मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ, मैं फोन से क्यों डरता हूँ, मैं गणेश का फोन से क्यों डरता हूँ, that he will call me for an interview, there must be some deeper inner perception, and this perception is very programmed. It is in the unconscious part of our mind.
Mhm.
So the self discovery is beginning with action. What actions we are doing compulsively, and what is the feeling, what is the perception, what is the experience, what are the emotions that are patterned behind this action.
Mm. So, Jayesh bhai, if I can ask you, I have often heard psychologists say that the script of our lives is already written by the time we are 6 years old,
Yes.
and that the rest of the life it's very difficult to change anything. And now many of us watching this are in our 30s, 40s, 50s. Uh, is it now possible one uh, to kind of go within and look and introspect and even change? Is change even possible at this point in our lives?
I believe that the psychologists do say that we are kind of programmed when we were 5 or 6, but my understanding of my own self and of the phenomena
Mm.
is that I am the way I am since before my birth or at my birth, even in my womb, I was the same, and maybe even before that. So our programming doesn't necessarily come only from our childhood. Childhood is a place where the programming expresses intensely. It allows us to understand the deeper patterns, but they may be coming from many sources. Let me see if I can show you something. Let's go to some little lateral understanding. Okay, can I share the screen? Is it possible to share the screen for a minute? Hello, I can't hear you now. I've
There is a
lost you.
tab at the bottom, absolutely. It says shared
Okay.
screen.
Okay.
If you just
Sh-
click that.
I will be allowed to browser blocked
Yes.
your screen. Why is my browser blocking my screen? Screen. Okay, let
Yeah,
me
we have
see.
our technical people around, but
Somehow it is not allowing me to share the screen. My computer is saying the browser is blocking your screen.
you are using Chrome, right?
No, this is kind of it's come out somehow on the Firefox. I've
Yeah.
used it before and it did work well, but let's see. Don't show these tips again. Let's see, share screen. Click the screen icon in your address bar to allow access. This one doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We can just talk it. I can talk it out, no problem. I can do it without the slide also.
You could have also emailed it to me, but either ways,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, go
Now
ahead, please.
we need to understand that how a modern medicine looks at a disturbance. For example, if you have some disease, then the doctor tries to understand what are the reports, what is happening in your blood chemistry. The doctor tries to take the x-ray. He tries to look at what is wrong with the structure of your body. And he tries to see Look at the function. Means your function is to breathe, you are not breathing properly. Or your function is to see, you are not seeing properly. Your function is to defecate, you are not defecating properly, urinating properly. So there are three principal places where the modern medicine tries to look at what the disturbance is. What are they? Function. What is wrong in your body? What is not functioning in your body? What are the chemical changes? Chemistry. And third, structure. What is wrong with your structure? So the basic structure, basic module is to look at function, structure, and chemistry. That's how a doctor tries to understand you, whether he is a physician or a surgeon or a psychiatrist, doesn't matter. Now, when we look at the healing methodologies or transpersonal methodologies or past life regression or other homeopathy, acupuncture, whatever other forms of methodologies which are more holistic, then there is one extra component added to this function, structure, and chemistry. And what is that extra difference is that these methodologies believe that there is more than this. So a homeopath may call it life force or vital force. Chinese medicine may call it chi. Religious person may call it soul. You may call it spirit. You may call it energy. You may call it energy body. You can call it etheric body. What is the meaning of this etheric body? Means there is something which is not material, something which is not function, not structure, not chemistry, but there is something which is kind of an etheric body which is there everywhere. And this is what in homeopathy we call as life force. So, what is the nature of this particular non visible energy system? So, there is an energy system. This energy system is what the modern medicine doesn't look into. And the energy system, or the life force, or the spirit, or the soul, whatever words you want to use, or the chi, is kind of function, structure, chemistry, and underneath it is this kind of a life force. So, what's the nature of this life force? The nature of this life force, what is the characteristic of the life force? How is it different from a system based on chemistry? The difference is that the life force phenomena is based on resonance. It is resonating in a particular way. And this resonance resonates with so many things that are around us. It's a kind of an dish or an antenna which downloads only specific emotions, feelings, experiences, sensations, drama. Depending upon what your resonance is, you start downloading that from a collective consciousness or something larger. So, what happens is that when the resonance is in a particular way, then this resonance affects the chemistry, affects the function, affects the structure. So
Yeah.
when you understand मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ, in context of what I'm trying to say is that we are the way we are because our system is resonating in a particular way which is attracting a certain reality
Mm.
without our knowing.
Right.
Why do I see dreams of snakes often?
Yeah.
Why do I have fascination for horses?
Sure.
Why is my mind feeling like a criminal?
Mm.
Why am I reacting as if I have done something wrong? Why am I feeling anxious when I see the dog? What is getting triggered in me?
Mm.
Why do I feel like a victim in this particular way? Why am I sensitive to some things and insensitive to the others? Why do I crave for certain things? Why do I have aversion to certain things? It is a very complex programming. The essence is resonance. That is why these sciences cannot be understood by a medical doctor who essentially works with a module of chemistry, and what a holistic therapist works with is a module based on physics. Resonance is a phenomenon of physics, and depending upon what our resonance is, we tend to attract a certain kind of reality. We tend to adapt to a certain perception. And this resonance is a very complex phenomenon, a multiple areas from which we are kind of resonating and downloading so many things. It's such a complex phenomenon. It is not as linear as we think it to be. However, the most significant aspect for all of us is that often we resonate to one or two things which are on the surface. So when we try to go a little deeper into how we are feeling, what we are experiencing, when we look within, then we will understand what is it that we are resonating with, that we are downloading and enacting it again and again and again. That is in the center of मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Why am I the way I am?
So what you're saying, Yash bhai, is we go beyond chemistry, structure, and function. There is physics also here.
Yes,
And the physics is really responsible. It is what is happening inside of us that is drawing the experiences.
yes,
We are actually drawing all the experiences that we have, that anger that I was referring to, which is suddenly spontaneously coming out of nowhere. It is because of some resonance, and it's being drawn. So
yes,
really, therefore, when we talk about understanding the self and implementing the change, it is really, understanding this resonance and then seeing what we could change within ourselves.
yes. I'll give you an example that from my own self, for example, that I started with saying that why in my unconscious mind, why do I refrain myself from making myself very freely available, fully available? Yeah. Then when I look within and I say, why am I hiding? What am I doing this? Then I understand that this is not coming from my life. I am behaving as if I am too much exposed, then somebody will see me as doing something wrong. Somebody may see me as inappropriate. Somebody may see me as uh, I may attract jealousy. I may attract revenge. I may attract, in their perception, I may be wrong. And then they can all get behind me and kill me. I can be jailed. I can be beaten heavily. Now, you can see with this fear, this is coming from not from my conscious mind. Only the action is coming to guard, not to. I'm doing everything so that I don't fall into a situation where I will be so inconvenienced and beaten and whatever. So, from where is this programming coming? From where is this resonance coming? What is this resonance? That is the journey within.
So what you're saying, Jayesh bhai, is there are all these unconscious patterns that are
Yes,
stored. They are all in our unconscious. Clearly, all these things that you talked about, there are these fears which are deep within us,
yes,
and you are not even, you are even fearful of, becoming famous on the outside,
yes,
because there is this underlying fear within that as you become famous, you will attract attention which you are wanting to avoid.
yes.
So this is so beautiful because this is
The
such a beautiful
association,
idea.
the
Yeah.
association with getting attention is not a positive one. Association with getting attention is a negative feeling in my folder here.
Yes.
So the conscious mind wants the fame, but the unconscious mind is not in sync with what the conscious mind wants to do. That's where you get split.
And the fun is that we don't know what is in the unconscious mind.
I think we know, but we don't want to see it.
Okay.
And
I
we don't go to somebody who will facilitate that seeing.
we are scared. Is
We
it
want to
scared? Are
remain
we
in the
scared to see?
darkness. We don't have the courage to face it somehow. Because therein lies very ugly truth. Therein may lie things that we don't want to see about ourselves. We
Yeah.
only want to look at a victim part of ourselves. We don't want to look at so many other things that are within. So we are not ready for that.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's a long, long process to liberate yourself truly, freely, to create what Freud said is that when that unconscious will become conscious, it will create a choice.
Yes.
The freedom that I am seeking for myself is the freedom from these compulsive patterns of my mind and the body. And these compulsive patterns are not in the mind and the body. The mind and the body are only expressing, enacting these patterns.
Beautiful.
But there is something more behind this chemistry. And that is very strange, very peculiar, that is very illogical, but it is somehow very fixed.
Mm.
It is like rock solid there. It doesn't change. Till that doesn't change, how much ever you try to change your external methodologies, or you try to change your action, you don't succeed. A alcoholic may want to leave the alcohol, but he's not able to. 4 दिन he will work hard and not drink. On the fifth day again he'll fall into the same pattern,
Mhm.
because every time he drinks alcohol, after that he feels very guilty
Yeah.
that I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. So you apparently tend to feel that I am feeling guilty because I am drinking alcohol. You get this, Ganesh?
Yes,
I'm feeling
absolutely.
guilty, miserable, like a shit because I am drinking alcohol. See what I do to my children, to my wife, to my responsibilities, to the society, to blah, 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 whatever, to my health, how much disturbance I am creating. So I am
Mm.
drinking, because I am drinking alcohol, that is the cause for all the problems. However, it is very interesting
Mm.
that because you want to feel guilty, actually that is the cause for you to drink the alcohol.
Mm.
You see alcohol as the cause for the guilt. What I
Mm.
am saying is that guilt is the cause for the alcohol.
Interesting, very interesting.
This is a first fundamental step in understanding how the human consciousness works. This is the most fundamental step in your understanding मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ,
Mm.
is understanding the human perception, how human beings are programmed to perceive. I, in all my journey within whichever module people have attended, I always speak about this. And as many times I speak about this, I feel I myself learn a lot. And I also tell myself this again and again. I give this example. And what is that example? People who have done journey within and are seeing this, they know Jayesh Bhai will have to say this because his lecture is not complete without this.
Yes.
That when we look at the sun setting, when we are on a beach and we look that the sun is gradually sinking down and going down, yeah, what do we experience? We see the sun going down and disappearing. Yes, all of us have experienced this. But what is the reality? Reality, the sun is not going down, but the reality is you are moving like this, the earth is moving like this. That's causing you a perception that this is going down. I want all of you to look at this movement. I do this many times. I call as my perception dance. This helps me understand that it's not the opposite person, it's me. It's not the opposite person, because this is what I'm perceiving. The opposite person is doing this, doing that. But actually, it's me. And this happens so fast that the human being is only used to experience this, not this. So it is similar to that, because I'm drinking alcohol, that is the cause for my guilt. The need to feel the guilt is the cause for your alcohol. But the
Yeah.
human being will never understand this, will never perceive this. He will take tablets to see how he can create aversion to alcohol.
Mm.
He will go to religious people who will make him feel even more guilty.
Mm.
People will beat him. साले पीते हो मारो इसको, कभी समझेगा ये. People will stop talking to him, but he is not realizing or there is nobody who is facilitating this journey, मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Why am I the way I am? And that journey is very painful because it takes you to the dark side of your consciousness, the shadow side of your consciousness, that takes you to the ugly side of your consciousness. When you go a little deeper, you realize that this is what I don't want to see about myself. Even when people go to therapists, they like to experience only and confirm that they are victims.
Mm.
Human being enjoys, relishes being feeling like a victim, that I am miserable because of whatever, and you will find many becauses in your life. But the real मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ, the why am I the way I am, is because of your movement. So whenever I'm in intense situation with somebody with whom I don't get along, then I do this. Boss, what is this?
Mm.
When I ask myself, boss, what is this? Ah, this I understand everything. I know everything about this. But boss, what is this? Then I have to close my eyes and I have to look at some very difficult sides. जैसे ना हिंदी में बोलते हैं ताली दो हाथ से बजती है.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
when you start understanding this, then you are plugged to a process.
Yes.
It is not a one time phenomena. In one time you get an awareness, a deeper awareness. It sometimes even one experience can be life changing, but it is not, you're not completely free yet. As I've understood, being with Dr. Newton for such a long time, and with many other therapists, masters, healers, homeopathy, uh, I've undergone many sessions with many teachers, many masters. That includes my own wife, Dr. Rajan, who has done so many sessions on me. I understand that it is a process, it is a journey of discovery.
Yes. So, Jayesh, I had a question for you.
Yes.
I'm not sure if my voice is echoing here. It feels like, is there an echo? Are you hearing an echo? Is it all right?
No, it's perfect.
Okay. So guilt is one of those emotions, and it was so beautiful. You said it was not about the alcohol, but the guilt that the alcohol induced, and our perception was the alcohol was the problem, but it
Yes.
was really our affinity for that guilt.
Yes.
There are so many other emotions, survival emotions, anger, frustration, all of these other emotions. They all possibly are then creating a certain resonance where we attract situations in our lives that make us angry. It's situations in our life, just like we have guilt in our life. So are you essentially saying that we are all kind of addicted to certain emotions? Is that where
Yes.
we are? And that the events are really feeding into those emotions being felt more?
I will just kind of, whatever you say is mostly everything is true, but one needs to understand one thing, that emotions is not causing the resonance. The resonance is causing the emotions. Yes, that resonance is compulsive, that keeps us getting into that same guilt feeling or same whatever feeling. It is an orchestra. Guilt is just one part. There is guilt, there is shame, there is fear, there is anger, there is everything in it. It is a belpuri, it is actually an orchestra, very well directed orchestra, which may helps a person to enjoy misery. But behind that is a resonance. That is still at a chemistry level. Beyond that is a resonance from where you are downloading this, from where you are getting this. Two, in this whole gamut, one message that I really give myself very often, and that is that when you do this is the blame game. Your focus is on blaming someone or some situation for your misery. This happens, this blaming happens often. Till one starts looking at this, okay, boss, what am I doing? What is in me that is attracting this? I will give you a simple example. This is so make it very clear for everybody. Before 30 years from now, or even more, when I was just a beginner practitioner, I remember that in my Valkeshwar clinic, I had one small cabin up in the mezzanine where I used to do the new patients. And I had two clients on that day. And I saw the first woman, and the first woman cried and cried and cried and cried and said how miserable her mother-in-law was, how she made her feel so miserable, and what kind of a victim she was, and what kind of atrocities were um, she had to go through from this kind of Lalita Pawar like mother-in-law. Those who are not used to old movies may not know, but she was symbolic in Bollywood.
Yes.
So she cried so much. I felt so, in my heart to listen to all that was so difficult. Then her case was over. I had a cup of tea, and then my next patient came in. And the next lady who came in, she said, what your problem is? I've got some knee pains. So I said, what's the problem with the knee pains? She said, I have no problem with the pain, but I have problem because she was 58 years old. And she said, I have problem because I cannot go to kitty parties. I cannot dance. When I go to movie, I cannot get down. I need to see movie 2 times a week. I need to go to kitty parties 2 times a week. I need to dance. I need to enjoy myself. I'm not able to enjoy. I'm not able to do all this, doctor. Make my knee joint pains well. Then I took her all the story of her knee pains. And at one point, when I was looking through the case papers, I saw the name. Somehow my attention fell on the name. I said, this lady and the previous lady both had the same surname. So some bells started ringing in my mind that they are from the same family. So I told her that the lady who went before you down, is she related to you? She said, yes. Okay. Means what way is she related to you? Means she is my sister-in-law. No, sister-in-law means what? Say, oh, Mary Derani hai. She, oh, she's your Derani. Okay, she's your sister-in-law. Married to her husband's brother. You live in the same house? Yes, doctor, we live in the same house. I was forced to ask her, do you both have the same mother-in-law? She says, yes, doctor, why are you asking such a stupid question? Said, tell me little about your mother-in-law. She said, that mother-in-law, old woman, she is there 80 years at home. She sits and she does her own things. Nothing. I do my own things. She does her own things.
Mm.
So can you imagine the same mother-in-law? What reality one daughter-in-law could bring to the home and what reality the daughter-in-law could bring to the home.
Jayesh bhai, can you check? This is frozen. Is it just for me? Is your internet down? Jayesh bhai, are you? Your internet is frozen. Yeah. Let's. Can you? All right, friends. We are just going to try and bring Dr. Jayesh Shah back. Thank you for your patience. Looks like uh, his internet's been frozen. But this has been quite fascinating. While we wait for Dr. Jayesh Shah to come back, we will. Yes, I appreciate all your comments. Please keep your questions coming as well. I would be happy to take your questions whenever he's back. Uh, yeah, and so if you type your questions out, we also have some very interesting announcements and updates towards the end. We will also do a process with Dr. Jayesh Shah, where we actually try and implement some change in our lives. So he's working on his internet, and he should be back shortly. In the meantime, if you have any questions that are important, please share those. Maybe I can share a couple of announcements while we wait for him to be back. Our next guest, so while we are waiting, I just want to share that our next uh, guest will be Mr. Devdutt Patnaik on the 21st of August. I think Dr. Jayesh Shah is back. We will see if he can enter. Okay, can you enter? Okay, add to stream. Wonderful. Welcome back. I don't know. This some mother-in-law energy must have happened here, because you were just about to talk. You were talking about the second daughter-in-law being so happy with the mother-in-law that the first daughter-in-law's energy might have affected the internet.
Oh, the mother-in-laws don't like this.
Yes,
The
welcome back.
opinion
Welcome
of the
back.
mother-in-laws, they don't like this, what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So what I was trying to say is, can you hear me?
Yes,
Is
please, please. We can
what
hear
I
you
was
well.
trying to say is that what one daughter-in-law attracts out of this mother-in-law is completely different from what the other daughter-in-law attracts. It is the same way. What we attract out of a dog on the street is very different from what the other person attracts. One person may attract the dog to chase it, and another person may attract the same dog to play with it. So the dog is the same,
Yes.
but what you create out of that dog depends on where your inner programming is, what your inner resonance is. So the person who is chased by the dog will keep on blaming the dog as the misery. Dog should be banned on the streets of Bombay.
Mm, yeah.
So that's how we create a reality. That's how we become the way we are. And the way we are also creates a lot of complications in our lives without our realizing that we are in the middle of all these complications. We feel the complications are because of the other person. I have today come to this clear awareness that all complications in my life are because of my, in some ways, I am a co-creator. I can't say these people are
Yeah.
not there, they are there, but
Yeah.
I am also a co-creator. That makes it more interesting for me. Even if I am not healed completely, gradually the blame game reduces, and gradually you start working on those deeper inner issues. You are more aware, so that your karmas or your actions are coming from a more awakened place rather than only a victim place. So you create few more choices in your life.
It's amazing that you say this, Jayesh Bhai, because you are giving us some very encouraging signs now. What you are saying is that this pandemic or no pandemic, we may have control, because this is very, very powerful what you have just said, that we may actually have control. We are co creators of our lives. So even though there is this whole situation outside today with all the stress that we are experiencing, is it possible then to be feeling peace and joy, and to not be living in lack and or survival, but to just be feeling peace and joy?
Basically, it is not possible to only feel peace and joy. Then you are not a human being. If
Yes.
you are, if you understand that this is the way we perceive, then we have to understand that the earth is moving around the sun and the earth is moving on itself. That is bound to cause the perception of night and day. That is that suffering and peace, these are two polarities of the same phenomena. Fear and fearlessness are two polarities of the same phenomena. So it is the target is not to live a peaceful, blissful life forever. The purpose should be to feel the awakening that one, somebody said it very beautifully, that there is pain, but misery is my choice. So you may have pain, which is a reality, but to feel misery, if you are a little more aware, then you can tone it down. Little more evolved, you can minimize it. So you
Beautiful.
will have more choices in life. This is all I am trying to say.
Sure.
To be in a kind of a blissful state is not possible.
Yes.
It's not possible.
One, wonderful. But we can avoid misery, as you say. We become
I wouldn't
conscious.
say avoid, we can become more aware, and then our level of misery can reduce.
Right.
There is a sense of feeling more control. There is a sense of feeling more aware. There is a sense of knowing yourself. There is a sense of knowing a bigger phenomena that is behind all this. There is a sense of allowing. One of the authors very beautifully said that
Okay. Looks like we again have a little bit of an issue here with Dr. Jayesh's video. Our apologies, dear friends. We'll see what transpires with the video. I can see some friends here. Anil Balotia ji has a question. I have it sequenced to ask Dr. Shah on how would one identify resonance. And then I also see your question. Meera Rohit Menon ji, your question is about teenagers. So we'll try and bring your questions up. We'll give him a couple of minutes to figure out the internet and be back. Uh, you do have, I was making some announcements earlier today. So we have AHA Conversations that the next episode is going to be on the 21st of August with uh, Dr. Preeti Kohli, the co-founder of the AHA movement, interviewing Mr. Devdutt Patnaik. You are welcome to join us on that day as well on the YouTube or the Facebook channels. You can also find out more about Dr. Jayesh Shah's work. These are some of his contact details. Looks like we've got him back, so I'm going to try and include him. Okay. Today, welcome back.
I need to
Yes,
disappear often and come back again. It is
I
very strange because we put an Ethernet wire to connect so that we don't have to depend on the Wi-Fi. But anyway, that's the way it is.
you talked
So
about resonance and not wanting to be famous, Jayesh bhai. So I don't know
very
if there is
interesting,
some still.
interesting. It's
Rashid,
manifesting there.
you are not wanting to come, but please continue, Jayesh bhai.
Yeah, so all that I'm saying is that in this process lies a deeper health. In this process also lies the spiritual growth. In this process also lies a feeling of well-being. That acceptance of the corona situation, that it cannot be, collective human consciousness must have somewhere attracted this. We don't know why, how of it, but it is more interesting to see what this corona is attracting out of you. What feelings, what emotions, what situations, what drama is it creating for you? Because it's creating different drama for different individuals. I have interrogated so many patients with fever. Everybody has a different story, different symptomatology, different way they are affected emotionally with it. So there is what we call as an individual resonance. And here I would like to add one more thing, Ganesh, which will help people, give them a direction. That
Sure.
normally there are three principal sources from which we download something. There are three principal clouds of
Mm,
information, big clouds of information from where we download our state. The first we can say is from past lives. Past lives, if people don't believe in past lives, then you can say this comes from a collective human consciousness. That human
mm,
beings have undergone many things in the past, and somehow our resonance is attracting a certain occurrence from the past and we are reliving it. For example, a woman whom I made her eyes closed in 3 minutes started weeping miserably and started crying and shrieking. After 10-15 minutes, she was in a dark place and she saw that she was a priest who was slaughtering human beings as offering sacrifices to the god.
mm,
And this was, she could see that this was in Mexico in Aztec period. Now she had no idea that she is
mm,
feeling so miserable and completely blocked out from life because she's not able to forgive herself from such a crime that she had done. And in her this lifetime, she's expressing severe symptoms of depression, withdrawal, whatever, blah blah. I don't want to go into that.
mm.
Just by
Yeah.
closing her eyes, in 15-20 minutes, she saw this dream, and then we could understand what her feelings were. So what has happened in the past to human beings, don't think that you are kind of sealed from it.
Mm,
Everything that a human being has undergone affects you, has affected human beings, because the human consciousness is like this. Whatever happens to human beings cannot disappear on the Mars or on Venus or somewhere. It's going to remain in the consciousness of the human beings.
mm,
So whatever you call as past lives is what Jungian therapists would call it as collective consciousness, from which we are resonating a certain phenomena or certain occurrence, and we are actually getting all the emotions, feelings, we are reliving that reality. Like this, we are reliving many realities simultaneously. It's very complex. There is no human being that is experiencing something which other human beings have not experienced. Everybody is experiencing something which has been experienced by somebody else. You are not experiencing anything that was not already experienced, that has not already happened. Two, it comes from a source which can be called as ancestral. That somewhere your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents, your great great grandparents, your great great seven padis, as they say in our language, what is happening in from the ancestors, it's somehow coming as an energy field, like an epigenetics, they call it. It's
mm,
not genetics, it's epigenetics. We tend to relive the drama that was experienced by our ancestors. Many times we are never quiet till we make our children exactly like us. Our parents were never happy till we became like them. So somehow when we deeply look, we will see the patterns of our parents, even the way they interacted with each other in us, or our grandparents, or our uncles, aunts. Things that have happened in our family even before we were born is affecting us. And third is there is another cloud which is of the plant, animal, and mineral kingdom. And this is what I understand, and I specialize in understanding this because I am a homeopath. I understand a mineral consciousness, a plant consciousness, and animal consciousness, and how animal lives are experienced by human beings, how plant lives are experienced by human beings, how mineral lives are experienced by human beings. So these are the three main areas from where we are downloading so many things. That's what makes us the way we are. So, in the process of healing or transformation or awakening, awareness, whatever words you want to use, it is necessary to first identify very deeply what are these different clouds or fields from which we are getting resonance. What are we resonating? Once the resonance changes, then it is likely we will attract different, more happier things also. But
Yeah.
ये ऐसा होता है ना जूनी रिकॉर्ड कैसे थी that pin on the record which is playing the song gets stuck in one place, doesn't move ahead. So it is
Mhm.
singing Radha khadi 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 khadi.
Mhm.
It doesn't move ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Jayesh
Thank
bhai.
you, Jayesh bhai.
I'm going to
I
take
would
some
like to take
questions.
some. I would like to before we take questions, I would like everybody to experience. This is all theory, right? That
Mhm.
there is a mind, there is a body, and there is a life force or resonance or magnetism, whatever you call. But it would be very interesting. Many of my patients or my clients or my journey within workshop, family of people who have done journey within workshop with me have experienced this, but we can always experience it again. And what we'll do is a simple 2-minute process. Okay. In this process, we put one palm facing the earth, one palm facing the universe. Okay, like this. One is facing down, like this, down, and one is facing up. We put it parallel like this. Okay. First see and then do it. Okay. Then at one point, we will do this grabbing. We'll grab the earth and we'll grab the universe. Okay. Then we will reverse it and then we'll again grab it. Okay. After we have done this, very slowly we'll put our palms like this, very slowly, so that you are a little relaxed like this, and then very slowly bring it close to each other to a point when you start feeling something between your palms. Okay? Simple exercise.
Sure.
Done? Sure. So one palm down, one palm up. Let us do this. And then we say grab. Start grabbing. Grab, 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 grab. One palm is facing the universe, one the earth, and you are grabbing. Simple, very simple. थोड़े थक जाओगे, little tiredness, but do it for a little while. I'll not punish you too much. Okay. Now we go the other way. Okay. The one which was down goes up, and one which was up goes down, and grab, 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 grab. Okay. Little more. Some tiredness. Okay, now you can relax, bring it here like this, you can relax this, and now just keep it like this very slowly. Bring both the palms together, close your eyes, feel what's happening between your palms. When you start feeling something, just experience that. Just feel this between your palms. Just half a minute. Nothing very great. Just half a minute. And some of you can even write your experiences if you want. That how did it feel?
Yeah,
It
it
kind
was.
of it felt like little bit like some of you might have felt like heat or vibrations. Some could have felt like a magnet
Yes, they were
which
coming
is
together.
repelling.
Like,
Either they are coming together or they are repelling.
hmm,
You can feel this field between your palms.
yes, friends can share their experiences if they'd like to.
Yes, this is a
Before,
sure way to feel what that electromagnetic energy I was talking about.
yeah. Shreya
There is a
Kinariwala says energy ball.
yes,
Anilji says vibration and pull, movement of energy, felt like a magnet. Dr.
yes,
Hemangi
like a magnet.
Kaveri says felt like a magnet. Wonderful.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. So you can see that all this feeling is like there is something like a magnet. What is that magnet? That is exactly that chi. That's exactly the life force which we are talking about. So it is not a theory.
Yes.
That's why I wanted everybody to experience that life force. So it's not a theory anymore.
Yes. Beautiful.
Now, if you understand that this magnet was either repelling or attracting, that kind of a feeling, it's a magnetic energy. What is the magnetic energy? It is physics, it is vibrations, it is not chemistry. You cannot measure magnetic activity in a laboratory. You need a physics to understand it. And this magnetic energy is one that is programmed. Now, if you get this simple fact, try to understand this simple fact that how long did you do this? कितना किया गणेश हमने? How long? Just speak,
Hardly
right?
for a minute, less than a minute actually.
Less than a minute and you could feel it, right? Now you imagine that your heart is pumping like this day and night.
Yeah.
It's same like your hand, it's a muscle. Heart is nothing but a muscle. It is pumping like this. What is it creating?
A
The heart
magnetic field.
has it has a magnetic field. So all the resonance, all that all that resonance is basically experienced first by the heart
Mm.
and then by the mind.
Yeah.
Heart is the seat for information. They say, "No, go by your heart. What you feel like doing?" Because the heart knows. When it is doing this, then it is creating, generating that entire energy field. It's holding the space for that field. It's
Mm.
the heart is like the sun, which is holding the planets. So this is the sun of our system, our inner system, which is holding the rest of the things together.
Yes.
So one of the therapists, Enodia Judith, actually recommended this to strengthen the heart chakra.
Oh, wonderful.
Great therapist.
Great. So,
So
uh,
we can see here that everything is resonance.
wonderful. And you've also talked a great deal about connection. We hear about connection in relation to relationships, and and one of my questions today was going to be around that. But you've already in some way addressed it that we are all eternally connected with our ancestors, with each other. So all that we are experiencing right now in this pandemic is actually a collective experience of all human beings, and that it's beautiful that all of our actions affect everybody and everybody's actions affect us. Is that
Yes,
largely the
absolutely.
message?
It is interconnected. We are not some individuals dropped out of the heaven, and we are kind of like raindrops. We have been dropped from somewhere. We don't know. We are just like individuals. It's not like this. We are very intricately connected with everybody who is around us, and even those whom we don't know, even those who have passed away long ago, even those who are not existing now, are playing a role in मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Why am I the way I am? I like that song. Was a big inspiration by. It was acted by Hrithik Roshan. मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Actually, there is no seminar that I do where we don't dance on this every day. All the
Wonderful.
seminar days we dance on this song. मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ?
Right. So, Jayesh bhai, if you allow me, I'll take some questions now from the audience. And also,
Please.
as we have understood the self, we now want to see how we can implement change in the through the process that we have planned to do, or the meditation process that we are going to do. But let's take some two, three questions very quickly. I will bring them up here. Anil Balotia ji says, how would one identify the resonance as it originated from subconscious?
Yes. You will identify it only when you reach your unconscious mind. Normally, you reach your unconscious mind without a therapist, you reach your unconscious mind through your dreams, through your passions, through your intense hobbies, and through your physical sensations, especially the sensations of pain. For example, you have stabbing pain, you have twisting pain, you have choking pain, all this, etc. etc. There are so many varied sensations. So, the body helps you to understand, identify the resonance, and the mind also helps you to identify the resonance in your fears, in your dreams, in your interest hobbies, in your physical complaints. And most important is you need to find a facilitator who can take you deeper, like methodologies like past life regression, very powerful. Methodologies like breathwork, breathing, that takes you to womb experiences, very powerful. Transgenerational healing, family constellation, very powerful. A good homeopathy session in the sensation methodology, very powerful. Freelance meditation methodologies to resonate with what is similar to your disturbance, very powerful. Dream analysis, very powerful. There are many other ways in which one can understand.
Yes.
मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? But it is a
Wonderful.
journey, it is a process. It is not button dabaya card bahar.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jayesh bhai. And there's a related question. There are Shreya Kinariwala says, is being aware of the resonance enough? So now I think we are being drawn towards how to implement the change. That other part of
Yes, it's wonderful. Yes, being aware is enough, but that depends on how deep is the awareness. That depends on how resonant you are with your awareness. Do you have resonance with your awareness? Is the awareness from here or is the awareness from here? There is a difference. When the awareness percolates deeper, when the awareness comes through a therapy where a person goes deep and then comes out, as Dr. Newton has ingrained in my mind years ago when I appeared for an exam on past life regression, most important question was identification, disidentification, transformation. He asked everybody the same question. We knew he was going to ask the same question. He told us also, exam mein yahi puchunga. It's so sweet, He wants nobody to fail in the exam. But that has never gone away from my mind. that there is identification is the awareness, then there has to be disidentification and transformation. This is a process. Many times we cannot hold space for ourselves. We need somebody who holds space for us. For my own self, I will say, even if I am a reasonably accomplished therapist, an experienced therapist, I still have to depend on another therapist, either my friend Dr. Mahesh Gandhi, or my wife Dr. Rajul, or Dr. Newton, or Dr. Lakshmi, or whoever, Dr. Karim. Many people have helped me. ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, एक हजाम has to go to another hajam to cut his hair. He can't cut his own hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Wonderful.
you will always find, or you find good books. Good books are very powerful. One of the most simplest books which I would recommend to everybody is called Present Process by Michael Brown. It is a 6-week program you can do on your own. So there can be many such good books by good authors also that help you to further your journey. And it has to be done continuously, otherwise you will relapse again and again and again. And every relapse should bring a broader smile on the face. Oh, there I go again to that same place. When you are observing, there was something which got, the line got cut when there was something going on in my mind. These are the steps. When initially you, with a problem, you are like, you have witness, withness, witness. You are with the problem, you are in the middle of the problem, experiencing all the problem. Then as you start disidentifying, then you say, you become easiness, ease dash ness, easiness. That is the way it is. Can you see the difference between witness and easiness? Easiness is what is easiness. So there is less emotional drama when from witness you become easiness, and
Yes,
this
yes.
happens by becoming a witness.
Mm.
So you are witness. When you witness, it will become itness, and when you remain with continuously with this easiness, it will finally become itness.
Mm.
So the journey is from witness to easiness to itness.
Mm.
It is, that's the way it is. Then there is no charge,
Mm.
and all that happens by being a witness.
And and Jayesh bhai, how do we
With
become a
this,
witness? Is the next question then.
meditation, meditation is the
Meditate.
most powerful tool.
And
Breathing, meditation, and I feel that I feel company, satsang, good teacher, good therapist, good homeopath, good company, listening to Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi on the on the YouTube or whatever, listening to me, listening to you, Ganesh, listening to whoever is on this path, wherever they have reached, doesn't matter. All of us are on the same journey of awareness of growing. So each one has to learn from the other, doesn't matter on what stage he is. Sometimes my student teaches me more than what I learn from my teacher. Sometimes my client teaches me more than what I can give her. Humility is very needed, and the witness occurs when you gradually start looking at your own self as if you are another person sitting there observing. But that witness state has to come gradually, and it has to remain consistently. It is
yeah.
not like then I lived happily ever after.
Mm.
Even in the happiness, you are still a witness, you are still witnessing and also experiencing. So once you are disidentified and you are transformed, then things will happen in life, but you are a little bit, you can take it more calmly, you can attend to it a little more patiently. Your not entire life stops, or the blame game reduces. You become more responsible, more freer in some ways. When you don't have to blame someone, you are a lot more freer. I think there will be more positive hormones flowing in your body. Chemistry will change.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jayesh bhai. I am conscious of the time and I want to make sure that we get to the process. If we still have time, we'll take a couple more questions. But we would love
Yeah.
to begin.
The name of the book someone has asked,
Yes.
Andre. I think it is called The Present Process by Michael Brown. The Present Process by Michael Brown. This book is, I believe, one of the very effective tools for doing self work.
Yeah. Wonderful.
It will work better if you have worked with some masters like Dr. Newton or have done some other workshops. Then you will understand it little better.
Yes. Wonderful. So, Jayesh bhai, can I request you to lead us into a process or a meditation?
Yes. Yes. So
And
let us. This process first is that uh, uh, this process is to change the resonance. So it is beyond words. It will happen automatic. Whatever we do today, it is supposed to help you automatic. So there is no brain work involved in it. Only thing that will be involved is trust. And the process is what I dedicate this process to a wonderful healer who has influenced my life and still keeps influencing my life each day. His name was Erik Berglund. He was a harp player and he played harp only to heal people. He's passed, he's moved on to light, but his music and his so many processes that I had done with him, many seminars, many processes I did with him, are still allowing me to help myself and so many people who come to me. So he's in some ways his light is shining through me, and I will always remain in gratitude of Erik Berglund. So we will do this process, which I think I one basic I had learned from him. Then there is always some improvisation. All that you need to know is that there are seven chakras. If anybody who doesn't know seven chakras, doesn't matter. I will still explain very simple. You don't need to know them, baba baba, anything. That there are seven chakras. These are all energy vortices in our body. The first chakra is the root chakra, which is kind of you are connected to the earth. Yes, it's the perineum where you when I'm sitting, that's the part which connects to the earth, the root chakra. The second is in the sacrum, the bone little above that and your genital areas. That is the second chakra. You don't need to even know the names. If you don't know the names also, it's fine because it's beyond the mind. So the second chakra is the sacral chakra, between is around your genitals and the sacral bone. The third chakra is here, the Manipura. As you can see, it is in this solar plexus. And then the fourth chakra is your heart. The fifth chakra is your throat. The sixth is your third eye. And the seventh is this here, the crown chakra. Okay, so these are the seven chakras, very basic. First, the root chakra, where you are sitting, the perineum. Then the second chakra is the sacral chakra around your genitals also. The third chakra is your solar plexus, and then fourth is the heart. Fifth is your throat chakra. Sixth is your third eye. Seventh is your crown. Again, I revised it for those who do not know. Anatomically, you will focus on these chakras. What we are going to do is we are going to do a breathing process. And in this breathing process, we will breathe in and out of these chakras. So when I ask you to say breathe into the first chakra, breathe out of the first chakra, it is as if your first chakra is breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. Then you breathe into the first chakra and breathe out of the second chakra. Breathe into the first chakra, out of the second chakra. Then you will breathe in and out of second chakra. Then you will breathe in from the second chakra, breathe out through the third chakra. Breathe in second, breathe out third. Then breathe in and out of third. Then you will breathe in third, breathe out of the fourth chakra. Then you will breathe in and out of fourth chakra. Then breathe into the fourth chakra, breathe out of the fifth chakra. Then breathe in and out of the fifth chakra. Then breathe in the throat chakra, breathe out of the third eye, then in and out of third eye. Then breathe into the third eye out of your crown chakra, then in and out of the crown chakra. By the time you reach here, you will feel a lot of vibrations. I will allow you to go higher and connect with the shower of light for 2 minutes. And in those 2 minutes, you will hold an image of what you want to see yourself as. In those 2 minutes, you will hold an image of what you want to see yourself, experience yourself as. It will be only for 2 minutes. And then we will come down again and go down as we came up. There will be one step where we will do breathe into the heart, breathe out of the heart, where we'll pause a little longer to allow the expansion of the heart field. Okay, so this is the process. Breathing through the chakras. Make yourself comfortable. It is necessary to sit up, if possible, with a rest, and let your spine be erect. You can close your eyes. I will try to play the music by Erik Berglund. I'm hoping it will work through. So take some deep breaths and relax yourself completely. 3 deep breaths that allows you to be completely quiet. Put all your attention on the root chakra. This should be the speed of your breathing as I'm breathing. Breathe into the root chakra, breathe out of the root chakra. Breathe into the root chakra, breathe out of the root chakra. Every breath is connected and continuous breathing, no pause. Breathe into the root chakra, breathe out of the second chakra. Your root chakra is breathing in and your second chakra is breathing out. As the energy is rising into your second chakra, you are breathing into the second chakra and breathing out of the second chakra. Your second chakra is breathing now. All your attention is now on the second chakra. Use all your power to breathe. Trust your breath. As you breathe into the second chakra, breathe out of the second chakra. As you breathe into the second chakra, breathe out of the third chakra. You're breathing out of the third chakra. Breathing into the second, Breathing out of the third chakra, the solar plexus. Trust the sensations that you experience as you now breathe into the third chakra and breathe out of the third chakra. Your energy is rising to the third chakra. Focus on your breath. Focus on your third chakra, breathing in and out of the third chakra. Use all your power to take as much air you can. As you now breathe into your third chakra, breathe out of your heart chakra. Breathe into your third chakra, breathe out of your heart chakra. You're breathing into your third chakra, breathing out of your heart chakra. Use all your power to breathe as you trust your breath. As the energy is rising into your heart chakra, focus on your heart chakra. As you breathe in and out of your heart chakra, as if your heart has a nose and it's breathing in and breathing out with all its might. Breathe into your heart chakra, breathe out of your heart chakra. As you are breathing into your heart and breathing out of your heart, watch your heart expand, touch the borders of the chest as it expands and contracts, expands and contracts. Let the energy of the heart chakra spread into the room that you are sitting in. Allow the breathing in and breathing out of the heart chakra. Expand your heart chakra to the area where you live. As the heart chakra expands over your city, as it expands over the district, as it expands over your country, as it expands over your continent, as it expands over all the continents, spreads all around the world and beyond our world into the universe. Keep breathing in and out as your heart chakra is completely expanded, allowing love and life and gratitude and wellness to flow freely. Thank the spirit of your heart, the spirit of our collective heart, the sun of our inner universe that holds space for us. That is our vital place for all connections, the field of your heart. As you breathe into your heart, breathe out of your throat chakra. Breathing into your heart, breathing out of your throat chakra. As the energy is now moving to the fifth chakra, you breathe into your fifth chakra, breathe out of your fifth chakra, the throat chakra. Use all your power to breathe. Your fifth chakra is breathing, allows you to freely communicate. Breathe into your fifth chakra, breathe out of your third eye. Breathing into the fifth chakra, breathing out of your third eye. As your third eye is now breathing in and out, opening your vision, creating wonderful image. Breathe in and out of your third eye. Connected breathing with no pause yet between the inspiration and the expiration. As the energy has risen to your third eye, breathe into your third eye, breathe out of your crown chakra. As the energy is now moving to your crown chakra, breathe in and out of your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is now getting open, activated. You are breathing into the crown chakra, breathing out of the crown chakra, connecting you to the highest dimensions of energy patterns, energy sources, the divine, the light. As your crown chakra is breathing and open, use all your energy to breathe. Higher and higher, your consciousness is going higher and higher. Let it move higher and higher, beyond our planetary systems, into the universe, into that shower of the divine light. As you keep breathing, I will give you 2 minutes with your divine shower of light. Hold the image of what you want to see yourself as. Hold the image of what you want to experience yourself as under this divine shower of light. Your divine shower of light. You will not hear my voice, my speaking for a minute. If you experience this divine shower of light, and you hold this vision of what you want to be, what you want your life to be, what you want your experience to be, you again start breathing in and out of your crown chakra. Breathing into your crown chakra, breathing out of your third eye. You are coming in the reverse order of going up. Breathe into your crown chakra, breathe out of your third eye. Breathe into your third eye, breathe out of your third eye. Breathe into your third eye, breathe out of your throat chakra. Breathe into your third eye, breathe out of your throat chakra. As you breathe in and out of your throat chakra, you breathe into your throat chakra, breathe out of your heart chakra. Breathe into the throat, breathe out of your heart chakra. Now you are breathing into your heart chakra, breathing out of your heart chakra. Breathe into your heart chakra, breathe out of your heart chakra. As you now again breathe into your heart, out of your heart, as if your heart is breathing. Breathe into your heart and breathe out of your solar plexus. Breathe into your heart. Breathe out of your solar plexus, the third chakra. As you now breathe into the third chakra, out of the third chakra, breathe into the third chakra, breathe out of the second chakra, into the third chakra, out of the second chakra. Continuous breathing, no pause. As you breathe into the second chakra, out of the second chakra, your second chakra is breathing now. Breathe into your second chakra, breathe out of your first chakra. Breathe into your second chakra, breathe out of your third chakra, the first chakra. As you now breathe in and out of your first chakra, as if you are breathing into the core of the earth, you are breathing right into the center of the earth, which is also a ball of fire. You are breathing from the center of the earth and breathing into the center of the earth. Now the sun, which is right in deep in the center of the earth, the fire in the center of the earth, is connected with the fire in your heart and is connected with the sun, which is the fire of our planetary system. Your entire system is aligned to this energy, vibrating, resonating, creating a new resonance to joy, gratitude, love. You can lie down for 3 minutes and enjoy the vibrations that your mind, body, and your spirit is undergoing. Allow yourself to completely relax, enjoying your experience. Allow your body, your mind to just relax. You can slowly, gradually open your eyes and thank your divine for this wonderful experience. Take your own time as you come back to this room.
Thank you, Jayesh Bhai, for this wonderful, practical experience of accessing the unconscious and
This particular process goes beyond the mind. It straight works on the resonance of the life force. So there is no mind game here. There is no body game here. You are straight strengthening or correcting or reframing your resonance without your conscious mind knowing it. That is why I like this process very much, because
beautiful.
it doesn't involve a therapist or anybody. It's an your breath does everything.
Would you have this recorded also, Jayesh bhai? If we can give the audience, is it on YouTube or recorded? Would you
You
recommend?
know my state, no? You know my state how it is. You
The,
will say, only other than what the other song have recorded me teaching my students in the other song, there is nowhere I have recorded anything. But I can tell you one thing, that my heart is with all those who are there with me today.
beautiful.
My heart is there with everybody who is there in the process, either with me in my lecture or my seminar or as a client. That's the time my heart really opens out to create an experience that your soul wants to experience today. So each one of you will have different experiences, because that's what your life force wants to experience today. But yes, I'm open to recording this.
Yeah, it is
How,
wonderful.
when, in what way we can do this? It's always difficult to get a combination online, because sometimes the music is light. In the other seminar they said the music was so slow we did not hear the music. Somebody will say the music was too loud, I could not hear you. So I am not a sound technician to really know which is the best one to go through, but I'm learning. I'm open to take a few questions if anybody wants to ask. We
Yes.
have some time more to go.
Yes, we can
So
take a couple
maybe
more questions. There were a
we can
couple
take
of
some.
questions
Yeah.
earlier, so if there aren't any fresh ones, I'll take some. If
Some
those fresh,
sharing also is good, how they felt with this experience. Some sharing is also good, because
some
sharing
very
is what makes
beautiful
it.
comments, I will share some for you here. A lot of tingling in the crown started when I was in the third chakra, feeling very happy. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Out of the body and mind.
When the resonance is of happiness, then you will start attracting happy situations.
Yeah. Other comments coming in, heavy uh, sensations across the Kundalini, huge sensations. Wonderful.
Yes, this is
The
this
wonderful
aroused a state
experiences
within
people
you.
have had.
Yes,
Thank you so much coming in. I mean, suggestions to start recording coming in also.
yes, yes,
And
yes, Dr. Bhuma, you are just wonderful. She's amazing.
and we have a question about, will this session be available after live session? Yes, Hiten, this session will be
Yes,
available recorded on the YouTube channel of the AHA movement, and I'll just share the link with you also shortly. But Dr. Jayesh Shah would be happy to take some more questions. So let us see if there are any other questions. Any prescribed time to observe? Hang on one second. Hiten has this question, Jayesh bhai. Any prescribed time to observe transgressing from one chakra to other?
I think it's, if you ask me honestly, 2 to 3 minutes you remain on each chakra. So 7 3s are 21. It should not be more than 21 in both directions actually. So you remain 1.5 minutes actually on every chakra, and then you can go 2 minutes on every chakra when you are up, and 1 minute when you are coming down. So maximum of 20 minutes you will feel a complete rejuvenation, of your energy system. But the crux is that you have to constantly breathe. Inspiration, expiration, no pause.
Beautiful. So wonderful comments coming in. Jayesh Bhai, Sanyukta says, started crying out of joy. What a beautiful piece of meditation. Thank you. Wonderful. And lots of other very blissful experiences. We're very happy to see that, dear friends. Many of you are having beautiful experiences. I will go back and see. If you did post a question earlier and that was not addressed, please go ahead and post it. There is another question from Mukund Prajapati. Sir, how much time required to reach at that position to understand all chakra and particularly breathing of chakra?
15 minutes.
Yeah, I think we addressed this wonderful. And we'll also answer a question that Bhuma had since she's still here. Consistency is the key. Does it come with breath awareness?
Yes, breath awareness is a very is a sure way. If you remain connected to your breath and keep observing your breath, I think it will naturally take you to that state of itness. As Smita Wankhede ji has put it here, that मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ will become like मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. Like it is, that is the way it is. Then there is no charge.
Yes, absolutely.
So that becomes a state where you feel that I am okay the way I am and you are okay the way you are.
Mm.
Here the problem is that I am not okay the way you are. That is why you are not okay the way you are. Because you are creating that not okay in me.
Yes, very
When
much.
you come to that state where which Smita ji is saying that मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, means that is a place where you are accepting yourself the way you are and the other person also the way he is, whether you relate to him in the same way or not. Because once you reach that stage, then the way you relate will change. You cannot relate in old ways again. The pattern of relationships are based on how you are feeling, what you are experiencing. That what creates disturbances in a relationship. Once your inner disturbance goes away, then the disturbance in the relationship reduces. And when the disturbance in the relationship reduces, either the other person has not done the inner work, so you can drift apart healthily, or you will discover newer ways of relating. You will create options for the another person to respond to you in another way. So there are multiple choices can emerge when that inner deeper feeling मैं ऐसा ही हूँ comes. That's a deeper feeling. It's not मैं ऐसा ही हूँ, जो करना है वो कर लो.
Beautiful. Smitaji, you can repost your question since you wanted it to be taken. I'm going to, in the meantime, while you repost your question, I'm going to take one from Jayashree Zaveri. What does one do when thoughts occur during meditation?
uh, the thoughts that occur during meditation is not something that you are creating. You have not bought these thoughts from Amazon.com. They don't belong to you. And the purpose of the thoughts is to come. Let them come, no problem. You just observe them. And you can at the most say, thank you, thought. I'm recognizing you. And then slowly focus on your breath. One another good way which Osho taught was that you observe your thoughts in a way that, okay, the first thought has come. Okay, then you observe that thought and then wait for the next thought. See what happens between the two thoughts. and then you can expand that period between the two thoughts. But the moment you will say, okay, I recognize this thought, this is the thought, okay, now let's wait, what's the next one going to come? You will be surprised what will happen to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I wanted to take one more question. Shreya Kinariwala has this question, sir. If we are living so many resonances in our life, be it from the collective consciousness or ancestors or past life, then what life are we actually living?
We are living somebody else's life, but we like to believe that this is our life. We are living a life of compulsions, or I can say compulsive misery. We are living a life which is jailed, which is programmed, which has no choices. Very seldom we have choices. There are moments. I'm talking of broad spectrum. I'm not saying, don't twist my words in a wrong way, but by and large, yes, we are living a highly programmed way of existence, like like a toy that has been programmed, and then we just do that same thing. As soon as it is wound, it does the same thing. As soon as somebody says something, I will react in the same way. As soon as my husband doesn't give attention, I'll react the same way. As soon as he says something, I will do the same thing. We are so highly predictable most of the times. If you only know this, then that's the path to liberation. And what you call as may is not may, it is coming from some another source. In my journey, last journey with Dr. Newton, somebody has asked who are those two teachers. I will repeat again: Dr. Newton Kandavati, Dr. Lakshmi. They are real masters who I believe my life has been before meeting them and after meeting them. And they have brought a lot of light in my life, and a lot of people, whoever are benefiting out of my whatever I'm doing, is because of them. I give them all my namaskars and sastangs to them, and still they keep inspiring me. But what is essence here, again coming back to this point, is that we are just living a kind of a pattern, a kind of a program, which we are not aware of. कि मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ? Why am I the way I am? Once you recognize that ये भाड़े का कहीं से लेके आया हूँ मैं, कहीं से something is downloading free of charge in me, without my knowing all these downloads are occurring, then you will understand that okay, can I create a choice for myself?
Wonderful. So the last one, Jayesh bhai, will take, and I have some very important announcements to make after that. But
Yes.
one mantra, Smita ji is asking for how to become मैं ऐसा ही हूँ.
Keep dancing on that song मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ every day.
Wonderful,
Actually
wonderful.
switch on that song. मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ, मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ. Keep dancing on that song, and you will be transformed. Dancing is the best way to transform. That's what I learned from my daughter, Dr. Shanda. I wish I can do it like her.
Yeah. Well, so if you'd like to reach Dr. Jayesh Shah, you can do that through his website, which is here on the screen now, or you could send an email uh, to this address that we've displayed. Um, you are also, you can make note of these. This video will also be available throughout, so we get many more views which are after the live session. So you are welcome to come back and just play the meditation part of it, watch it again as many times as you would like. And I also wanted to share that our next guest would be Mr. Devdutt Patnaik on the 21st of August at 5 p.m. It'd be interviewed by Dr. Preeti Kohli, and we would love for you to join us. That's our next episode of an AHA conversation. You also have all of the other information on the AHA movement at the bottom that you could reach out to us on the details that are provided there. Uh, Finally, in closing, a lot of our connections, the reason today was possible was because of our common teachers, the magical masters, Dr. Newton Kondavati and Dr. Lakshmi Newton. They are working on a very, very significant project called Quantum Life University. It's a proposed university in Vikarabad, which is about 2 hours outside of Hyderabad. And we invite all of you to access uh, the details on qluglobal.org and just do Quantum Life University Hyderabad. You will get the details. Please, there are many recordings of Dr. Newton also on the AHA channel. He was the first one we interviewed as part of the AHA conversations. So please go back and watch that interview. He's a great master. He's a living Buddha on the planet right now. The unparalleled opportunity to engage. He also has several workshops, programs. You should connect with QLU as a recommendation to all of you. I again want to express our gratitude to Jayesh Bhai, who's again, like I said, one of the most humble, simple people you will find going around. And we are all fortunate that you are on the planet Earth at the same time as us, Jayesh Bhai. So thank you for enlightening us with your wisdom, and we hope to call you back again. Give us once a year maybe, and next time we will choose another topic and an idea, and we'll get suggestions from all of our viewers. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Our gratitude,
Good
and
morning.
thank you very much.